Alright, hey guys, what's going on? So here we are with a Let's Play. We're gonna do Residence of Fate. So this is a pretty cool game. It's definitely a very uh, JRPG game, like Japanese RPG. And as you can see, we got some enemies here dancing around, just waiting to get murdered. And we're gonna murder them. So that's what we're here to do. So this is like a turn-based strategy game, as you'll see when I start playing. I like it a lot. It's pretty fun. We got some different elements here. You can see we can switch targets. There's cover, different stuff. I'll get into all this when we start playing. We also have a leader. So right out of the gate, this is a random encounter. I'm not going to be doing anything spoiler. What I'm going to be doing is I spawned this in on one of my last loads, one of my last save files, and what we're going to do is we're going to be making our way to the arena, which is not spoiler at all. It's actually where you do the tutorial of the game, and you can just keep fighting there to get better or more experience, whatever you want. It's just kind of there to help you grind if you're looking to grind. There's also rewards there, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go do that, not spoiler at all. And along the way, we'll probably get into like a few, maybe 1, 2, or 3 random encounters like this, where we'll see some different enemies. So we got Mr. Gunhead and Mr. Bombface, the leader. So one thing to note right out of the gate when fighting in Residence of Fate is damage is done in 2 different ways. There's machine gun damage, which is like scratch damage, and it's going to be blue. And then there's handgun damage or other gun damage, which is like damage. I forget what they call it. I guess we can look at the start menu. Maybe it'll tell us like or no manual, right? And changing scratch damage. Yeah, see, there's like scratch damage. This is, yeah, see, it's going to show up when we hit a guy. Their green health bar will start to turn blue, and that's scratch damage. And then anytime we do direct damage, which is like actual damage, it'll get rid of all that blue like instantly, like really fast. So you basically weaken them up with scratch damage, then you execute real damage with direct damage. So we're playing right now, or we're selecting Zareth, the guy in the blue shirt here. He is the scratch damage doer of the team. He'll be wearing the Sega shirt, Sega. And then we have Lena, and then Vash, or Vashron. Those 2 are direct damage guys. So I'll probably won't aim for the leader right out of the gate here, but if you do want to end the fight, all you have to do is kill the leader, so you don't have to focus on anyone else. But for the sake of this encounter, I think I'll aim for just anyone around here. So a few things we can do. You can see we got like little, I don't know what shape that is, but at the bottom we got like little orange, half square, half hexagon thingies, squareagons. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit the X button. This takes us into like hero mode. And we're basically doing like a Matrix style attack here. So we're going to execute. And then once we do, we're going to start charging. And when we charge, we'll fill up the meter. And the more that we fill up the meter, the more it'll do damage. So he's filled up on blue, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. So we did that. Then they get their turn. And you can kind of see when it's their turn, because underneath their health bar, it says like L. You see that L and it's like blanked out. That means that guy in front of Lena here is aiming for her, and he hasn't charged up at all to do anything about it. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to go this way, and we're crossing streams here. If you cross streams, you like build up your hero like a multi-hero gauge. I forget what it's called in this game. I don't have to look at the menu again, or the manual. But what we are going to do is we're going to aim for this guy. As you can see, he's like all blue. So as soon as we hit him, he's going to be hurting. So we're just going to instantly hit him. See, we did like 5 points of damage. Then like all the rest of the damage was blue damage. It was like all that. So see, we're not doing a whole lot of damage to this guy just because it's direct damage. Like direct damage only does like 4 or 5 points. Scratch damage does a bunch. So like I said, you want to weaken them up. See, they're scratch damaging us. So what you want to do is, like I said, you want to weaken them up and then do direct damage. So we do have, we crossed the streams twice, and right above everybody's health bar on the bottom right, it says 2 and then resonance. That's like the resonance thing. I guess that's what they're calling it. So when we hit the Y button, we go like this, and we can actually move all the characters at once, and we can tell them who to focus on. So we're going to focus on the leader. We're going to get this fight over with. And since Zareth is like right there, he's going to do all kinds of scratch damage to the leader, and then Lena and Vash are going to finish him off. So let's execute this. And whenever we attack, they'll attack. So I waited for Zareth to charge up a bunch. He's going to attack. See, now that's full-on damage right there. And then Lena's finished him off. So 4 points plus 213 right there. You saw how it turned red. So it was originally 213 scratch damage, and then when Lena shot him, she did 4, and then she did 4 damage, and then converted that 213 into real damage. So this game, like I said, it's a JRPG. It's a little hard to understand when you first get into it, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun. This is one of the harder games, I'd say. I've heard people say, as far as like RPGs go, like JRPGs, this is like a real hard game. And I will say that it's really easy to die in this game. It's real easy to screw up in this game, and all kinds of different stuff. Like you see these little tablets, little hexagons on the ground here. I once used, like, you sometimes need like a certain color, like red, to like unlock these tablets to go through them. In order to travel over them, you need to have the color. I once used like a color on something else, not story related. And then I was grinding for hours trying to find more colors just so I could continue the story. I didn't think I'd ever find them because I looked online and they said that you need to be like farther in the story to even unlock those colors. So they gave me like 4 and I used them on nothing important. And I thought I was going to have to restart the game. But yeah, so here we are in the arena. I think we want to talk to this guy. Combat challenge. Participate in a combat challenge. Yeah, okay. So then we got all these different combat challenges we can do. A lot of these are pretty easy because it's like rank 1, 4, whatever. And then we get like tokens, and we can use these tokens. See, it says like bronze token or battle coins. And we get like 5 when we do this one. So we might just do this one just to see, what's going on. Just show you what it's like. Okay, so we're all registered. We just hit through the door and we're all in there. So if you played this game before, my characters look different than yours. It doesn't point it out right out of the gate, but you can change your character's parents. I guess you might know this because there is a clothing store in the main hub. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Just thought I'd point that out. Nothing major. I'm just saying if my guys look different, it's not because, like in-game stuff or anything. I haven't even beat this game. Yeah, so maybe you shouldn't even be listening to me on how to play it. I'm not like the pro here. But let's look at this guy here. You can see how he's got like armor around him. You can see that by the circle, the green circle around his feet. So like his real health is the big continuous circle, while the little like breaks in the circle, like you see, like it's 2 circles. One's like got 4, there's like 4 lines around the circle. That's like his armor. So you want to be hitting that guy in between the armor plates. So those green ones, like on the far outside of his health bar, those are his armor. So when we're running towards this guy, we're going to do damage to him first, and we're going to try and hit him in between the armor plates. So we're going to charge up here. I think I hit him right on the armor plates. That wasn't super good. Hitting armor plate isn't bad either, because then that helps you regain your hero gauge, which is the thing at the bottom, the little orange dots there. You have to use the hero gauge in order to do your hero actions. When you use up your hero gauge, you'll go into critical mode, and then you're pretty much done. So you got to try and balance doing enough damage to hurt people, and breaking guards or killing people. That's how you get your gauge back, or like guard breaking, stuff like that. Or I guess I just said that, guard breaking. So we're gonna hit this guy, and we're gonna jump first. When you jump, you do damage to like all of his body. So and then we should be able to break something because he's pretty blue right now. And then when we break something, look, we gain hero gauge back. Now his health's really low. So you got to try and do damage with the hero gauge, but also make sure you're doing continuous damage. That way you can either break or kill something, and do like to get your hero gauge back. So that's what makes it a really hard game, because in this game your best defense is a good offense. So if you're not doing that, then you're like totally screwed. Oh, I screwed that up right there. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I hit the wrong button, but that's okay. We'll fix it. So it looks like he's doing all kinds of scratch damage, poisoning the crap out of me. Alright, so let's look at what we want to do here. I do want to finish him off because characters do regain health as you keep playing, but I also don't want to use scratch damage on him on account that he's pretty much done. So, we might go after this guy, because this dude, yeah, he's a Gunner Magnum. That dude, he could do some damage. He's also got a lot of armor. So you want to be focusing a lot of your scratch damage on armored guys first, because if you either do damage to them, like their health bar or their armor, then that increases your chances of breaking or killing him, which refills your hero gauge, which is good. You can also see the hero gauge is going really slow right there, and then it starts to speed up. The closer you are to an enemy, the more your hero gauge is going to fill up. So I'm not going to hit any buttons. I have like a thing on Xerath where no matter what, before we get to the end, he's gonna fire his gun. But if I didn't hit anything, I didn't have that that perk available, then you would have missed your opportunity. So let's see. I'm gonna try. I was trying to get the resonance gauge going, but it looks like I'm too far out. I'm gonna aim for this guy to finish him off, and then we're gonna try and switch to the other guy. So let's see if we can't get this guy. Yeah, it looks like we got him. That refilled our hero gauge, and let's see if we can't get this guy. Yeah, we got him too. Okay, so that also gave us some more hero gauge. And well, I guess we'll aim for this guy. I think I also have one of those items that makes you fire regardless on Lena too. So I think that's how you say her name. I've heard her say her name hundreds of times. I just can't never remember. So I'm actually going to skip Vash's turn because we got like a full thing of guys here, and none of them have scratch damage going on. So I guess I'm just going to go over this way and maybe try and do some scratch damage to this guy because I'm not worried about the other two guys that much. So let's see. We're going to jump up, and then we're just going to let the gauge charge. I'm not going to hit any button. He shoots on his own. I think the only one who doesn't shoot on their own is Vash. He might, though. I'm not sure. But like I said, that's a perk. That's something I had to like buy in a store to get. They don't do that right out of the gate. So I'm going to try and keep the resonance going here. So I'm going to switch out and kind of go this way. But I am going to still aim for this guy. We might get one charge. Oh, we got plenty of charge. Here we go. We'll charge it up and then let it go. So we might do... Oh, we killed him. Okay, so that's good. We're putting Zephyr to shame. I like how they talk. Also, the voice acting is really great in this game. I can't remember his name. The guy who voices Xerath. He is so awesome. He voices Robin in the Teen Titans game, and he is just awesome. And Nolan North voices Vash, so he's also pretty cool. And I don't think I've heard Linus's voice actor anywhere before. She might have done something. I think I've looked her up on IMDb because I thought she was someone I knew. I thought she was Lucy from Fairy Tail. I forget her name. I can't believe it. Jeremy Lee. I thought she was Jeremy Lee. But see, doesn't she kind of sound like Jeremy Lee? Sounds like Jeremy Lee. It's not Jeremy Lee. So that fight went pretty well. But yeah, that guy that plays Robin is so cool. He is so awesome. You know, I wish they'd bring that back because, like, I think they had 5 seasons of the Teen Titans show, and they ended it, and they didn't really have like a definitive ending. It just kind of like stopped. It was kind of upsetting. It's kind of like Batman Beyond. That's another show that really needs a big return. So let's go ahead and step it up a bit, and we'll do 8x3. The 8x3, this is rank 8, and it means that I've done it 3 times. Like, the more you do it, the more, I think you can get, like, more battle coins, like, once you reach a certain limit or something like that, or you might get more money. I forget how it works. I know the difficulty gets better, or it gets harder. And you have to do each rank 3 times to unlock the next rank, I think. So we're on rank 3, so after we beat this one, we'll unlock rank 9, and then we'll keep going. So we'll go ahead and we'll do rank 3. I might even die. Who knows? I mean, some of these get pretty hard. Alright, so if I am going to die, I don't think it's going to be on this round. So as you can see, there's no leader here. You can't instantly end it. I think most of the battle challenges don't have a leader, so, you know, can't really aim for that. These dudes are heavily guarded. You can see they got, like, a lot of armor going on, but they're not that big a deal. We're going to straight up unload on some of these. Let's see. We'll get this guy a little bit, get him. Maybe just break a few, and then we'll switch up. I'm going to try and switch up and see if I can't hit this guy. I like to, you know, get as much damage out there on different guys. And then let's see if we can't aim at somebody. Who did we do damage to? Oh, there's 4 of them. It looks like there's only 3 from this angle, but there is 4. So we'll go for this guy first, and we'll see what we can't do. We might not be able to do much on him. See, we're above him, so we'll at least do the blue on that one, and then switch over to this guy. And this dude's got all blue on the health, so he's dead. And then, bam, see, we filled our hero gauge. We might have also broke his armor. So we, like, broke his armor and killed him. So we got 2 hero gauge points there. So basically what you need to learn is you need to keep up the damage. Otherwise, you're not going to do very good. Also, something I didn't explain before about doing the resonance move. We have 2. You can do it with just 1, but 2 means that's how many times we're going to make this triangle right here. So if we had 1, we'd only do the triangle once. Since we have 2, we're going to go around this triangle twice. So that means we're spending more time in resonance, which means more damage. So it's good. You always want to be trying to do the resonance. So that's always good. So as soon as I get 1 bullet, since I'm far away, I'm gonna try and get them to shoot. They're in the air. They're airborne. So if you jump and shoot them, you can do, I forget what it's called, like a smackdown. Yeah, smackdown. So that does also increase damage and stuff like that. There's a few different things that can happen when you hit an enemy for different things. Sometimes when you do a smackdown, I think there's also different things you can do. I forget how to trigger it, but there's like, it might be random. Oh, we guard broke him, or gauge broke him. I forget what that means. I forget what gauge break means. But I know there's another thing you can do. And we'll probably see it. I'll have to, when it happens, I'll point it out. But yeah, it's there's a lot of different things you can be doing as far as putting the hurt on the enemies, which is good. This is basically like an all-out offensive game. If your offense isn't better than the enemies, then you're just straight up Dunskies. There's not a whole lot you can do. So we'll go ahead and we'll fire with Linus. There's not a whole lot she can do, considering there's not a lot of scratch damage on this guy. We did break one of his guards there, so that's good. One of his pieces, his armor pieces. So that's kind of good. This dude's really low on health. I might just switch it over to Zareth here. We'll shoot him a little bit. The enemies typically try and face their guard. They're smart about that. They try and face their guard at whoever is shooting them. That way, you know, you can't do direct damage to their health. They're smart in that regard. Well, that dude's got a gun coming out of his head. I never, like, look at the character models. I think you can, too. There's, like, somewhere you can go. Maybe your home base or something. And you can actually look at the different character models and stuff and, like, zoom in and look around and stuff. But I don't think I've ever really noticed this guy. He had, like, a gun coming out of his head. Never noticed that. So we broke 2 of his guards. I think this guy, yeah, he's got blue on the health bar, so he's done. Alright, so now we're down to 1 guy left. This is going pretty good. Vash is actually taking a lot of scratch damage. Once he goes into scratch damage, I think, like, scratch damage, like, when you fill up scratch damage, he's going to go into critical mode. Like, critical mode is pretty much Dunsky, so scratch damage is kind of bad, but we'll be okay. I think that's how it goes. It's been a while since I played this game, but, you know, we'll figure it out as we go. We're not totally out of the fight in critical mode. It just means we're not in for a very pleasant future unless we get creative. So I do win the air. Sometimes you can do, like, oh man, I forget what it's called, like a critical shot or something. So we only got this dude left. If you don't want to do hero mode, you can run around. That breaks your resonance when you run around. And also you can see on Linus's name, the blue bar goes down as you move. So like that controls how much you can move. You can only move so much per your turn. That bar also goes down once we start charging, like this. To hit the A button, and then if we hit it again, we execute a shot. I usually don't like to use that mode. It doesn't use hero gauge, but everything happens in real time. Things are kind of slowed down a little bit in like hero mode when you use like this. See, it's kind of slowed down, and you can really kind of control where you're shooting the enemy. If you just regularly do it, you know, just stand there and shoot him in real time, he has enough time to turn his guard to the shooter, and you'll usually just hit his guard. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. There was only 1 guy there, so I showed it. But, you know, in most fights, you're probably going to want to do your hero gauge the whole time. And if you're not putting up enough damage, then and you're running out of your hero gauge, then that's not good. That's not good. So that probably means you're not ready for the fight yet, and then you want to try and do something to maybe get ready for the fight. Like maybe if you're skipping side questing, or, you know, the arena is always good. You can come back to the arena, you know, get better at that, or get better guns. There's always ways around, you know, getting better. But usually if you're not strong enough, there's not really anything you can do. There's not like a hidden secret or something. You just got to be better. So we charged all the way up there. You know, we got like a bunch of charge going on that guy. So he took a lot of scratch damage. We're gonna clean house on him right here. So he's turning to us. I'm gonna jump so we can do damage to all of them here. So that's going to do a lot. Oh, he also exploded. Was he like a flammable guy or something like that? Sometimes they have like bombs in them or something. Yeah, see that dude's got a propane tank on his head. That's also how he's setting us on fire. That I think that's explosive, so when you shoot him. So let's see, we'll get Xerath off here. I like to shoot as fast as I can with Vash, or whoever goes first. If it's not Xerath, that way Xerath can get his scratch damage in, because we're not going to do a whole lot of damage as Linus or Xerath if we don't have or Linus or Vash if we don't have Xerath's scratch damage going on. So we're doing pretty good here. Xerath is getting a lot of the damage, and we're also doing like Smackdown, which does increased damage. I think Linus will probably kill this guy right here. And we're also keeping our hero gauge up, because you see we're either breaking guards or killing people, so we're keeping the hero gauge up. So it's good. Like I said, if the hero gauge goes down, if you're out of hero gauge, you go into critical mode and you're in danger zone. That's bone zone. That's where you don't want to be. It's the bone zone. So these dudes, they also have levels. Level 14. We're level like 16 and 14. Vash is 14, because Vash is usually last to go. Usually Xerath goes first, then Linus, and then by that, if there's anyone left, Vash takes, he like gets cleanup duty. So he usually doesn't do a whole lot. So I don't know. I might go to Vash. I'm just gonna move him. I'm gonna set him up for a resonance over here, because Vash is gonna go next, and shoot him a little bit. And then yeah, see, I spread them out that way. I have more room to run in between them, and then that also increases our triangle when we do resonance. So you want to try and keep them separated. So we're going to shoot this guy a whole bunch. And then I think I'm going to try and jump. If you jump, it kind of gives you a little bit extra time. But like I said, the side effect or the catch is that you do damage to like everything. Like all of his health, his armor. Mostly his armor is going to take most of it when you jump. But we did do some. So we'll go in between it and we'll finish this guy off. We should see. We're going to shoot him in between the armor, which is basically his back. That's like the one place he's not looking. We'll jump and we'll finish off damage on this guy. You don't have to charge too much with direct damage. You can only do, so much damage without scratch damage. So you don't really have to worry about charging. I just go ahead and get it over with. Shoot him. You can charge up a little bit. It'll do a little bit extra damage. But without Xerath, and his scratch damage, you're not going to be doing a whole lot. So let's go ahead and get Xerath in here. He's going to do some more scratch damage. That dude's armor, his last armor plate there, is almost gone. So it looks like we finished it actually right there. So now let's go ahead. And we're like right in front of this dude. I set up the triangle like right in front of him. So not on purpose. I mean, kind of on purpose. I try and keep the triangle near the bad guys. But yes, it was a smackdown. But yeah, that was just kind of coincidence. I didn't plan that all that much. But yeah, you can see like a yellow bar appear when we're shooting those guys on like their health. Sometimes you get to... Sometimes there's like a chance you get to use that bar. Like it'll come up and you gotta like hit the bar at the right point, and then you get to like do a whole bunch of charges. I forget what it's called. I want to look at the manual and find out now. Oh yeah, the try attack. So that's like I was calling it resonance. Try attack. I guess I was calling armor body parts. Bunkers are like covers, guard breaking. Yeah, seeing guard breaking. I like they have a manual for all this. It's really nice. Direct damage to enemy. There's a chance to HP guard break, like splits their HP. So it like you see like there's a black line on the right side, and then it's like a full bar on the left. That was his bar on the left, and then there's a chance doing direct damage. You can do a gauge break, splits their health bar into two, reduces broken HP gauge with if reducing broken HP gauge with direct damage to a point in which it cracks, will reduce the hero gauge by 1 basel. That's what those little orange things are called, basel. So there's that. That's kind of neat. Multi-charge. Oh yeah, I've shown that. Bonus shot. That might be what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So there's like a chance when attacking an enemy from the ground that you'll get a chance to do a bonus shot, and then you basically got to hit stop on the yellow bar, and then you get to like charge up like a whole bunch, do a bunch of damage. It's really good with Xerath, but with Linus and Vash, it's just kind of okay. Because like I said, without Xerath scratch damage, you're not doing a whole bunch. The scratch damage is the biggest thing in this game. It's like the key to everything. So you want to be like making Vash as strong as he can be. I'm still not totally like I think maybe if you kill, like, it breaks the gauge in half, but I think it's saying like if you reduce one of the broken gauges HP with direct damage, like all the way down, if you destroy one of his 2 health bars, since you broke it, now it's 2. You can break it multiple times. You got 3, 4. I think you'll get a bezel or basil. What is it called? A bezel, orange triangle square hexagon thing. So yeah, that's cool. Maybe I'll call them oranges from now on. That's kind of cool. Then there's also like world map and tips and stuff. We don't have to worry about any of this because we're not going to see most of it here. But yeah, that's like all the basic tactics there. Let's participate in another one here. We're doing pretty good. I guess we'll keep up with 9. I think the enemies stay the same. They might add a few, or they'll definitely increase their damage, or not their damage, like level, something like that. But I think for each rank, the enemies are the same. Yeah, see, they're pretty much the same. I don't know if they added a few. They might not have. I'm not sure. It looks about the same, and their level seems the same too, so I'm not sure what they added, if anything, in this rank. So we'll charge up, and we'll go for this guy first. I think I'm going to all-out him. We'll just go straight up for this guy. Yeah, he's not dying today. Robin is so cool. He's pretty cool. He's way cooler than Curlin. So we'll finish this guy off. And then we'll probably go for this guy next. Linus and Vash are like right there, so we'll initiate the Resonance. It's hard to get Resonance 3. I have a hard time doing that. Because, you set them up, make them go right beside each other, and then it's hard to keep going. I guess if you cut it short, it's hard for me to explain, just going off the top of my head. But I guess if I didn't, like, max out, like, how far they're going, like, maybe see how far this triangle is, like, maybe if I cut it in half, like, maybe, like, right about there, like, if I made the triangle this big and I can widen it up, it might help us a little bit. But usually 2 is enough for me. You do pretty good. You're going to at least kill 1 guy or 2 guys with that, and then you're getting your basils back, your basil oranges, so, not a big deal. So he's going to do scratch damage, and Lena should do some pretty serious damage to this guy right here. Do some more damage. See, we got full basils again. We're good to go. I think he's all health now, so when Seraph attacks him, he's going to be in some trouble. Linus is still after this guy. I think he has to be airborne in order to do the bonus shot, though, because that's kind of like the whole point of the bonus shot. So yeah, we're doing a lot of damage to him. Where's everybody at? Let's see, we split them up pretty good. Let's go this way. We're going to keep aiming at this guy, and then I'm going to let her charge all the way up and just shoot him. Your accuracy, I don't think really changes at all based on how far away you are, or at least it doesn't matter that much. It might change a little bit, but for the most part, you're doing okay. So let's see. That's not good. I'm gonna maybe do 1 resonance and then hit this guy, I think, because we're all like right in between this guy. Finish him off right there. I think I broke 1 of his guards, maybe 2 or something. Finish him off a little bit more. Let Zareth do some more scratch damage. Alright, there we go. Oh, and here's the bonus shot. Yeah, I missed it. That's alright. I always miss it. There we go. Oh, I think... Nah, missed it again. I got 2 chances. Missed it twice there. So let's go, and we're going to try and finish this guy off. I know that one guy over there is still... He's still pretty much done skis. But I'm also trying to take care of that guy because I saw scratch damage. They can recuperate over time. So you want to make sure you don't leave a guy hanging, once you get him all the way down, because his health will come back. I think that dude's explosion blew up the other guy that was super weak, because there's only 2 left now. So, yeah, that worked out pretty well. I like that. Who to go for? I guess maybe this guy, because we're closer to him. Zareth's super close to him. And we'll unload on this guy. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's all scratch damage right there. That dude is pretty much... He might as well have 1 HP at this point. So we're about to do like 5 points damage with Linus, and he's gonna be done skis. Oh no, wait, we're gonna do the triangle attack. So we'll go ahead and we'll finish this guy off. Get him. There we are. He's done. And then we'll shoot this guy. Maybe Zareth can do a little bit of scratch damage. There's 1 guy left. He's not a big threat. I was trying to jump there because we're like right in front of his guard. If we jump, we'll at least get his guard there. Yeah, or his body part, I guess it's called, whatever. It feels like a guard to me. I mean, it's basically a shield. So this dude's pretty much done. I'm gonna all out him right here. Pretty much shoot him. But yeah, this is the whole game kind of plays out like this, and it's kind of like a one big Matrix cutscene. It's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, it is. It is kind of a hard game, but you know, with any game, as long as you keep at it, you'll do okay. You know, you'll do all right, and you'll eventually get it. It also has a very Japanese RPG story. You know, magic, mystery, cults stuff. Old side questing is always nice. So yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Actually, let's see if we can't buy anything. I'd like to see some of the rewards. I think you talked to this guy. We can trade in our battle coins or whatever. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is real expensive, and then they got like bogus stuff like this, like anti-ice, anti-heat, anti-damage. Anti-damage wouldn't be that bad. Cuts physical damage, but you don't run into heat, ice, bolt, toxic, you know, status effects that much to where it's that big of a deal. Plus, it only cuts the elemental damage. It doesn't reduce it to 0. Or this one would be also good. All damage. See, it costs like 10, or it costs 10. Is it 10? 10 or 4? Is it 4? No, he has 4 of them. That's what the brackets are for. And then on the right it says, you know, it's 10 copper coins. We have 150. You look at, I think it was this one. Yeah, this is like 50 copper and silver. So yeah, and I think there's also gold coins. So a lot of this stuff. But yeah, see, I'd like to get this gun. Like, look at this gun. Like a scope or something. It's like a Desert Eagle right here. It's like 500 copper, 200 silver, and then 50 gold. That's like a lot. Armor piercing rounds. I think you can buy these in the store too. So, or you might be able to make them or buy them in the store. Armor piercing rounds. I'm not sure about these ones though. Smash grenades, you know, it's different stuff like that. You can buy most of this stuff in the store except for like the guns. Oh, they also have these. These are kind of cool. This is what I was talking about. I'm wearing, like jewelry. I'm wearing jewelry that gives me that perk where no matter what, I think Linus and Zareth will fire their gun at the end of their run. That way you don't have to worry about, you know, not hitting the button in time. So a lot of these do different stuff. Multi-purpose garments. Risk of all status effects is cut. Armor. This armor fits under clothing, so it's like under armor. Cuts all elemental damage by 20. Projects an orb that keeps weak foes at bay, lowering the encounter rate. So that's kind of cool. That if you don't like random encounters. Random encounters are both good and bad. They're like a double-edged sword in RPGs because you want them for experience, but you don't want them because they're forever taking. I mean, like, you run into like an encounter every like 5 freaking feet. If you're lucky, you know, in Pokemon, it's crazy. So collect drops items from farther away. That's also kind of cool. So when we kill enemies, you might see it in the arena. I'm not sure. I haven't been paying attention. They usually drop like coins and other stuff. And, you know, usually when you finish the fight, if they haven't disappeared, you'll collect them instantly. Otherwise, you have to run around to them, like close to them. So that, I guess that could be kind of helpful. Not really, though. Not a big deal. This trinket increases drop rate somehow or lowers experience. That's like a double-edged sword. I wouldn't do this one, the Lucky Charm. Drop rate isn't that big of a deal, you know, especially over experience. You want to be as experienced as you can get. Experienced trainer. Yeah, this does the opposite of the last thing. So, bomb ring prevents throwing weapons from harming allies. Yeah, we haven't even used a throwing weapon. I'll have to show that, like a grenade or something. Raises the chance of bonus shots, but lowers smackdown damage. See, I don't like the double-edged stuff. I don't know. Raises the ability to knock back enemies. That's also good. Hawkeye opens the third eye for an instant, allowing them to occasionally deliver a blow worth all enemies' body parts HP. That sounds pretty useful. And this is a part right here. This is like, see, it has like the screw beside it. You use that to make something. This is, I think, yeah, this is like clothing stuff. You use it to make clothing, I think. Because, yeah, it says like men's size L, S, or girl size S. Yeah, so whatever. I'm not going to buy anything now. We don't have nearly enough coins. I think we'll do one more battle here. Show off, I guess, throwing weapons or something. We might do 2. I'm not sure. I do really like this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm hoping maybe one day we'll get to do a walkthrough. But, yeah, we got a filled out slate right now, so we have to wait on that. think I'm going to go for this guy on the outside. There we go. I'm trying to aim for him. So yeah, we'll go for this guy. So yeah, you got all kinds of different stuff. I mean, like straight up shooting, but yeah, before an attack, you can if you have it, you can switch up like different ammos. You know, armor piercing or incendiary or whatever. Or look, Lena's, she's like on health duty. Switch her over. She's got like health packs, heal like scratch damage or whatever. We're not gonna do that. And then Vash, he's got the grenades, so you might be able to switch it up. I'm not sure if they're character specific. I've never wanted to switch them up. It just seems fine for me. I mean, armor piercing rounds. I think that's why they put it like the default for all the characters. Like Lena, she makes sense being the healer. Vash having armor piercing rounds or incendiary, whatever. That makes sense because then that makes his scratch damage all that much better. So it just kind of makes sense. I think I'm gonna aim for one of these guys with the exploding head, because that way if we kill him, he'll probably take a few of his teammates with him. So we'll shoot him. Oh, his teammate was in front of him, so we actually shot his teammate. It's cool how the game's realistic like that. So I'm gonna jump. That way I can try and shoot a little bit of him on the side there. Yeah, see, jumping's good. It's good. It basically takes all your damage, and instead of directing it in like the area you're looking, it like divides it and spreads it out across the whole guy's body. So, you know, it's basically like pick and choose whatever you feel like you need, you know. So that dude had scratch damage on the far side where we couldn't shoot him if we were on the ground, so I jumped and we got to shoot him. We did less damage overall, but since it was scratch damage, we still okay. So yeah, doing alright, doing pretty good. So this is like one big like action sequence from the Matrix. All we need now is an interstate and like to be fighting on top of cars. This is basically like the end of the first Matrix, spoiler, where like they fought around in the hotel or whatever. Was it a hotel? It might have been like office building or something. I never really paid that much attention, but it was something. See, we're not doing a whole lot of damage. These guys have to scratch going on there. I like it a lot, because when it almost kind of plays off like action movies. Like when in an action movie has anyone ever died from a machine gun? They always die from a pistol. So it kind of makes sense. It's like they're always getting scratch damage in movies. They just never tell you. So we're doing like scratch damage, and then you know someone's gonna finish them off with the pistol. So it makes all kinds of sense. Like bullets get flying everywhere with like semi-automatics. Or I mean with fully automatics in movies. No one ever dies from that. In video games too. Like I've seen people unload like full clips of fully automatic weapons in, you know, crowds of people. Like maybe one guy gets killed, but he probably just tripped and like cracked his teeth off in his brain or something like that. It's not because, you know, they shot him or anything like that. So I mean, this is like, it's like these guys, Sega, they know what's up when it comes to like action films and stuff. So let's see. Oh, he does have it. Okay. So I didn't hit the button on purpose there. I wanted to see if he had the perk too. You can wear like 2 things of jewelry or something like that, so we can double up on perks if we want. And I think you can maybe also wear something else. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Thinking about doing the triangle, but I'm not sure. Nah, we'll just go this way. And we'll fully charge up, and we'll just probably hit this guy all over him. This should do a lot of damage. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're doing good. Don't attack Linus. That's okay. Be nice if she... Yeah, see, start taking scratch damage. We're good. I think it starts to affect our basils. See, we drop basils, and then they shatter into shards around the stage like this. And you got to pick up the shards to get them back. There's also another way to get them back. It's also to kill an enemy, or I think break something off on them. Unless they're shattered. If they're shattered, you have to get them back. Otherwise, see, we can only get like 3 basils back, I think. Right there, because it's shattered, so we can't get that one back. Get it! Oh, yeah, see, there we go. See, it does increase damage. I think usually we do like 5 or something. So that did like 10 right there. So that was increased damage on the bonus shot, but not a whole lot. So there we go. At the end of the fight, it doesn't matter. I think you get all of your stuff back, so you don't have to worry about that. Whatever basil shards you lost. Enemies, I think, can also pick up your basil shards and use them, not for attacking, but like defensive reasons. So it's you know, it's all pretty interesting. I like it a lot. But I think it's gonna do it for this part. I'm kind of hungry, and I'd really like to eat this Milky Way. So I'm gonna leave it off here. Maybe we'll do this again. It was pretty fun. Also, Sega's pretty cool. I like them. You know, Sonic's been on a downward slope. He's not doing too well. But you know, Residence of Fate. You know, I'm looking for the sequel, Sega. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.